invite Dr. Matrishva Vyas to take us into the world where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Sir, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. नहीं इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. I think can you switch off this? ये लाइट बंद कर सकते हो? हाँ, fan also. If and these two lights, even this light is also.
Sir, our party politics will please answer.
This is the record button. Okay. Thank you, madam, for this introduction. Organizers always have a compulsion to praise the author or the speaker because they want to impress you that, see, we have called a proper person depending on what is written. Now, whether he speaks properly or not, that is not our responsibility. But whatever was on paper was proper. So that particular thing is that I'll just need all these things because there are so many things. Okay. Now look at this picture. This photograph is taken by a cell phone camera, and it is not any latest cell phone camera. This is my cell phone which I purchased it some 3, 4, 5 years back. It is S22 of Samsung. Now the generation is 26, so it is four generation back like me. Okay, so we both are at par with each other. Now here, what is happening, that a particular color is enhanced, and on the periphery, gradually it is merging to a monochrome image. This is purely taken by a cell phone. Have you ever, in the audience, anyone has taken such type of image in their cell phone, or do you know that this type of things can be done? This is without editing. There is no editing. This is an inbuilt camera feature. Okay. So if you want to take this type of picture, then pay attention. This is another picture. Yesterday only I took for this session. This is known as double exposure or a multiple exposure. Again, purely taken with a cell phone, no editing. In front of you, I will take this because we have 1.5 hours with us. 30 minutes I will be speaking with the help of this PowerPoint presentation. Then I will attach my camera, this cell phone camera, to the screen, and then we will actually demonstrate how these images are made. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is known as double exposure. Now there are two images which are merged together by the cell phone itself. I have not done anything. There is an inbuilt feature. Not only two, you can merge up to 9 images together in a different way. So that much potential is there. I kept it very simple so as not to confuse everyone and myself also. These are again two images. One on the left, on your left, is known as a high key image, where purposely the image is overexposed, and the other side, which is blackish background, is known as low key image. This is also taken with a cell phone. No editing applied. There is an inbuilt feature in the portrait mode of your cell phone camera which will enable you to take such images. Have you ever experienced or have you ever experimented with this type of image in your cell phone? Many times we purchase a high-end cell phone and then only we see some WhatsApp chat, Facebook, YouTube, that's all. We don't utilize the features of those cameras for which we have paid. So this is another type of image, purely with a cell phone. Again we will demonstrate it. This is also, now I think the colors are muted here. Can you increase the saturation of these colors? कोई है यहाँ पर? Okay, anyway, see, if you see on my laptop, it has a vibrant magenta colors. Okay. Now what I did was, on my cell phone, I applied a magenta gel.
क्या है?
That particular, what we call it as a cellophane paper type, colored cellophane paper on this and took the picture.
किया क्या?
So it gave this magenta tone. Now that magenta tone is not properly visible here, or maybe since I am standing here, it is not visible. Yes, I think because I was there, it was not visible. So it is okay. So such type of images, again you see, no editing is done. Only applied a little effort of putting that cellophane paper over my lens and took the picture. This image, Northern Lights. People go to Iceland for taking such image. I took it in Mumbai. Ethiopian Airlines. I was flying and I saw this particular wonderful thing and took this image. Simple, small trick we will apply, we will use. I am not telling you because if I tell you, तो फिर 1.5 घंटा आप बोलोगे कि यार ये तो सब कुछ तो बता दिया है, तो अब क्या करना है? ओके? क्या कर रहे हो भाई साहब? रहना।
तेरा भी रीड नहीं चल रहा कह रहे?
Okay. So this is the image. Generally, it appears so vibrant only when you are flying and you are above a certain altitude. But from the ground also we can take it. If time permits, I will demonstrate, and if the sun rays and the light atmosphere is conducive, then we can get this result here also. Okay, let us try. Let us try. There is no harm in trying. But I will tell you eventually what I did. What was the trick? Another picture of the same series. So this type of photographs are possible with the help of a cell phone. Now, in addition to taking a photograph, you also know that you take a video. Everyone is taking that video. Either you can take a normal video, which is having a timeline which is looking natural, or you can take a slow motion video, or you can take a super slow motion video. Okay, what is the theory behind this slow motion, super slow motion and natural? We will discuss it later. But in addition to this videos, just pay attention, look minutely. Can you tell me what is this video? This is a time lapse. So everyone knows about time lapse. Do you know about hyperlapse? Okay. What is the difference between hyperlapse and time lapse? Can anybody tell me what is the difference between time lapse and hyperlapse? In hyperlapse, what happens? This is running. In hyperlapse, the camera is moving. Like we are driving a vehicle and we put a camera. The subject in front of us may or may not be moving. It may be static and we are moving. So that is known as hyperlapse. In time lapse, camera is static and the subject is moving. So both are basically one and the same thing, but the terminologies are different. So hyperlapse and time lapse. Generally iPhone people, they call it as time lapse. This Android people, they term it as hyperlapse. Okay, so this is another thing which I am glad that everybody knows about it and you are shooting. Okay, so that this type of images can be taken, but this is not the session to tell you how to take this difficult type of images, but also how to improvise on your day-to-day images. What are the factors which you need to consider? Remember one thing, mobile phone camera is not a great camera. It has lot of limitations. Number one, it has a very tiny sensor. Now see, the phone itself is very small. In that the sensor is very small, like a stamp, postal stamp, or even less than a postal stamp. Now, this particular tiny sensor, how much light or how much information it can carry? It can carry only a small thing. So, because of this tiny sensor, you cannot blow out. If you see these pictures on your cell phone, it looks good. But when you enlarge it, if you want to print it, then the quality deteriorates. So that is one disadvantage. Number two, there is a little flexibility. You cannot change the lens. You cannot shoot things which are 500 meters away from you. Or you cannot go very close to the subject and shoot a tiny mosquito or any tiny object, because the minimum focusing distance has to be maintained. So all these variations are there. Plus, it is not good camera when the light is not good. If the light is good, then only it will behave good. So it has lot of limitations as far as flexibility is concerned. There is no color consistency. All of you have a cell phone camera. You take one picture with your cell phone camera, same picture, same direction, same lighting, and then if you notice in your own cell phone, you will notice that all this, it will be very difficult for you, dear. Huh? एक घंटा मैं बोर करने वाला हूँ, so you can rather sit there. हाँ, क्योंकि आप ऐसा बैठोगे तो परेशान हो जाओगे. नहीं, बाकी लोग डिस्टर्ब हो ना हो, पर आप इतना डिस्टर्ब हो जाओगे कि आप 1.5 घंटे के बाद मुझे गालियां दोगे जिंदगी भर. ओके, सो देयर इज नो कलर कंसिस्टेंसी. एवरीवन विल शूट द सेम पिक्चर and you will notice that your picture quality, your color grade are different. So you cannot reproduce the true color every time with every cell phone. So that particular problem is there. We will come to discuss how that can be nullified, what can be done. That is another part, but the intrinsic issues are there. And then it is very slow. You cannot shoot a very fast moving object, or you cannot shoot in a burst mode. Recent iPhones, they have that burst mode, but still it has a limited capacity of shooting 4 to 5 images per second, not more than that. Recent cameras can shoot up to 20, or the Sony cameras can shoot up to 200 shots per second. Okay, so that particular, when there is a sports or some wildlife or any other fast moving action is there, that time this will not perform properly. Now, remember one thing, whatever photographs I am showing you in this presentation are all essentially taken by me, and they are taken with this cell phone camera, this very same camera. Okay, so, and all these images are little bit cropped somewhere wherever there was a demand, but no manipulation is done. Little bit editing is done, that is increasing the saturation, color contrast, all those things are done. Okay, but they are not manipulated. They are not, means something is not added or something is not removed from that, and they are all essentially taken by a cell phone camera. Okay, so that is very clear. These are not borrowed or stolen from any internet or any other site. These are my copyright cameras, images. Okay, now despite all these limitations, all these disadvantages, all this rubbishness, it still is with you always. So anytime you can take a picture, you can take a video, you can record the sound, you can do. And the best part is, since everyone is having it, you do not look conspicuous. क्या है, मैं अभी now when I was coming with this bag, then tripod, and then this particular strap. So everybody was looking at me. ये कौन आ गया? So when you have a simple cell phone and you are taking a picture, nobody will notice it also, because okay, he must be doing something. So you do not look conspicuous, and thus you better your chances to get some good pictures, some candid images. It has limited capacity, and that I am saying in an advantage section. It has a limited capacity, and this may look paradoxical, but because it has a limited capacity, it forces you to think of how to create a better image, how to make the image which will stand out from other mediocre image which other people are taking. So that is the biggest advantage of the cell phone camera, because there is no choice. You have to explore the things in a better way. So with this preamble, we start with little bit theory for another 15 minutes, and then we move on to practical thing, which will be much more interesting. So now we have to create, we have to think. So what are the things which we need to think? Number one is framing or composition. How we are framing, how we are composing, how we are putting the elements within the four boundary wall of the image. Remember, any image, any picture has a limitation, and it has four boundary walls attached to it. To convey the story properly with the help of that image, with these four boundary walls attached to it, is an art. So you have to compose or frame it properly. There are 6 guidelines of composition. They are not rules, they are guidelines. Ideally, they should be followed. Rules, they are not strict rules. You can modify it. Number one is, whenever you are taking a picture, develop a habit. Rather than looking at the subject, which eventually is there in your frame, develop a habit to look at the borders. Look at the upper, right, left and lower border. See whether anything is missing out because which is important, or look at those things which are not essential but are coming within the frame. Okay, so pay attention to the boundaries. See to it that your boundaries are clear. There is nothing inadvertent which is missing, or which is anything inadvertent which is sneaking inside. So pay attention to the boundary, develop the habit of looking at the boundary, and immediately you will improve your composition. So eliminate any other pictorial distraction, incorporate everything which is important. Okay, then another guideline of composition or framing is a rule of third, or whenever you are taking a picture, place the subject either in the bottom third, upper third, right third, or left third. You will see all these pictures which will, whatever pictures I have shown, they all follow this rule of third. How many of you know that there are grids? You can enable grid in your cell phone. So enable grid in your cell phone, which will divide your frame into 9 equal boxes, and try to keep the subject on any of one line, or better on the golden point, that is the cross section of these boxes, that is the cross section of the lines. Okay, these are known as golden points. Then whenever you want to depict the symmetry, keep the subject in the center. Whenever you want to depict the balance, keep it off center, either on this side or that side. Wherever the subject is looking, suppose I am looking here, so keep more space in front rather than behind. Give subject the space to look at. Don't keep equal space behind and in front. Keep the subject on this side, and then on that side you keep more space. Okay. So these are some rules of composition. Also, it is possible for you to take a vertical as well as horizontal or any angle, photograph in any angle. Okay, so explore all these angles also. It is not necessary always to take a vertical or a horizontal frame. You can take an oblique frame as well, if suppose it demands. Then pay attention to the direction of the light. Very important, we will speak about that. Then pay attention to the color, tone and shape. And then every image must have that decisive moment or a storytelling capacity. Whenever a picture is seen, it must evoke some emotions. It must compel the viewer to think what is happening in this particular image. So, pay attention to this. Now see this image. If I would have looked only at the plane or that particular aeroplane, I may have missed this particular leg of a tourist who is walking towards the plane. Now see, here I composed it in such a way that there is nothing which is omitted. Nose of the airplane is not blunted. Neither the leg of that particular person is omitted. Everything is covered. My sky is beautiful, sun is setting, and people are boarding the plane. So this is composition, again taken with a cell phone camera. Then look at this composition. Madam, आप थे यहाँ पर मेडिक वे में, you know, this is in South Africa, our hotel, there is a lounge, means outside lounge, and there is a sitting arrangement. So I kept my camera on the top and took this picture. Okay. Always don't try to shoot from your eye level. Go down, go up, go right, go left, explore. Don't take a picture just instantly. Think what type of angle can beautify the final appeal or can incorporate the essential thing which is required. So that is composition or framing. Again, this particular picture, you just see from the composition aspect, I should have used a flash of this camera on this to illuminate these subjects, but nonetheless, just look at the composition. Just look at that yellow line from where it is going. Look at the wings of helicopter nothing is cut. Okay, so it is creating that diagonal type of creation. So this was in Zimbabwe, Victoria Falls, where we were going for this helicopter ride. Now look at this picture. Now remember one thing, cell phone camera, you must understand its limitation. Do not try to take a picture of any subject which is too far away from you. If you are not close enough, your picture is not good enough. Because cell phone cameras, it has its limitation. If you try to zoom in, that is digital zooming, that is not going to solve the purpose. That is going to deteriorate image. If I want to take your picture, rather than taking from here, I can walk down and come here and take the picture. Use your feet to zoom in or zoom out, rather than using the cell phone facility to zoom in and zoom out. Whenever it is not possible, that is another thing. But whenever it is possible, do it. Now this is a big subject, giraffe. But it is not about giraffe, but it is about that moon, which I did not omit at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. See the clarity of air. At 2 o'clock, that moon was still there, and you see this particular corner, I managed to end it here. The water stream was very long, so it is coming here and it is intersecting with the corner. So what does it mean? I am looking at the corners, I am looking at the borders to frame my image. I am not looking only at the giraffe. If I look only at the giraffe, then I may miss many other things and I will end up getting a picture which everybody else is getting. Again, as I said, again a cell phone camera. We were in the boat and this elephant, we have taken a picture. Now, here also I tried the same thing which I tried in that while I was flying to record those different type of light. You can see some effect is there, but still that light was not that conducive and I could not get that effect, but still I tried. Okay. So the moral of the story is, now see the trunk, legs, elephant, there is more space in front of the elephant rather than behind. Head of the elephant is in upper third, it is not exactly in the center. So all these things you have to pay attention while taking the picture. Only shooting exotic animals or exotic scene is okay, but make day-to-day pictures. Shoot image of a common man in a different way. I have learned this technique from my friend Mr. Pankaj Gupta. He is here and he is a very good photographer himself. He has taught me many things in mobile photography and we were together while. So now what happens, that this is a common man, common person doing his common routine activity, and you frame it with the help of those frames. That fan is there, behind there are some stuff lying and he is working. So create image which looks different or which looks more better of a common man. Oh, some people say, "Arey yaar, he is a wonderful photographer. He has shot very good pictures of Madhuri Dixit." मैं भी ले सकता हूँ माधुरी दीक्षित के बहुत अच्छे फोटो, because she is photogenic. Those people who are not photogenic, make them photogenic, make them beautiful, make them appear good. Okay, so take uncommon picture of a common man rather than shooting uncommon people with a common scenario. Then pay attention to the light. Now see, this photo I have shot yesterday. Now this boy is a laborer in my farm. I am preparing my bird hide and I saw that he is very photogenic and his turban and all those things are looking so nice. And I wanted some pictures for this session to show the direction of light. Now see this picture. The first picture is taken with the light falling on his face. The second picture, the middle picture, is a side lit picture where one side of the face is in light, another side is in shadow. So that particular shadow and light combination gives three-dimensionality effect. The third picture is backlit. The sun is from behind. Now, for that to execute that frame, I had to slightly overexpose. When I am overexposing, what I am doing is basically I am adding more white to it. Whenever you add white to any color, it will become pale. It will become less saturated. So you can see the picture is less saturated. So the ideal condition for the mobile photography is a front lit or a side lit. But if you want to shoot a backlit, that is also a good thing. But when you are shooting a backlit, you must have a subject which is slightly translucent. A subject like this, which is not totally opaque, which is not obliterating the light completely. It is slightly transparent in nature, slightly translucent, and take a picture like this. Now again, shot with a cell phone camera, you just see the composition. Now these type of pictures, although they are simple object, but we do not tend to try to go close to the subject. Bend down, go up, right, left, see what is happening, how we can improvise it. Take your time and then take the picture. Immediately if you take a picture, it may not give you a good result. So pay attention to the direction of light and then pay attention to the shape, color, tone. Now see, these Nilgiri trees are there. These are Nilgiri trees. Simple photo. Nothing great about it. What I did, I just aligned my camera, cell phone with all these lines. Just ensure that nothing is bending or it is not going obliquely here or there. Everything is perfect and I took the picture. Now this is one row, this is another row. So I came this side, shot 1/3 or 1/4 of it and 2/3 or 3/4 of the another row and took the picture. Look at that another picture. Now there is a baobab tree. There are people going for a safari. My participants who are working, who are there in South African safari. So now what was the idea? That we are in a safari vehicle. Although the people there are not seen, but that was not the idea to show the people. The idea behind the image was that there is a baobab tree and we have stopped there to take a photograph or for a breakfast. So what is the story? Sometimes what happens when you go too much close, you negate all other things which are essential part of the story. If I take a simple picture of that jeep with the guest, then it can be taken anywhere. It can be taken here also. There is no reference to the place. So think about it, how you can make this image a storytelling image. Immediately when you see that image, people will understand that okay, there is a baobab tree, people are here in an open jeep and they are on a safari. These two picture again. Yesterday only I took. This is simple picture. I just entered my car and I saw that there is a light coming through the front glass and it is illuminating in a very beautiful way. I just closed the door and took the picture. Nothing great in it. But the same picture can be taken in a mediocre way. Many people can take it in a very different way. Simple picture, but it doesn't look bad. See, there are many faces in this world. But have you noticed that those faces which looks pleasing are not beautiful faces. They are symmetrical faces. They are proportional faces. They are not, by you like someone else, I like someone else. Both are beautiful, but the common thing is the face is proportional. There is a symmetry. There is some form. So you create something which is symmetrical, which is proportional. Look at that vertical picture. I went close, saw to it that the branch extrudes from the corner of the frame and took the picture. Simple. Nothing great in it. But you can ruin this picture if you abruptly take it anyway. So next time whenever you are taking the picture, see to it that you create some interesting composition, interesting framing. These two pictures again, one from my farm, one from my village. This old, very old, near about, it must be 120 years old door. It is in my house where my father of my grandfather was living. And since then, now this is very old door. So I took this picture. Simple, you compose it nicely and take the picture. अभी भी टूटा नहीं है, अभी भी आप जा सकते हो. मेरा गांव है सातमना एंड अभी भी वो मैं अभी गया था. I asked my uncle, he's there, he's 82 now. बोला ये कब का है? बोला तो मारा जन्म ना पहला छे, दादा ना पप्पा ना वक्त नो छे. यानी मेरे जो दादा है, मेरे ग्रैंडफादर के फादर, तो सातमना जाओ कभी, बहुत अच्छा है. अभी भी वो लकड़ा वैसा का वैसा ही है. एंड देन द एंटायर रूफ इज सपोर्टेड बाय द वुडन स्ट्रक्चर. वो भी उतने साल पुराना है, उसको अभी तक कुछ नहीं हुआ. वही तो ताजुब है. एंड सी दिस, आइए मेरे खेत में आइए. ये सब तो चीजें मेरे खेत में दिख जाएगी नागपुर में. सी दिस सिंपल थिंग, आई टुक द पिक्चर एंड इट लुक्स गुड. आपको सिर्फ फ्रेमिंग अच्छे से करना है, देखना है कहाँ क्या चीज बराबर अच्छी दिख रही है. सो यू पे अटेंशन टू दिस शेप, साइज, ऑल दिस थिंग्स, देन यू हैव टू शूट दैट डिसाइसिव मोमेंट. अब क्या हो गया कि नाउ शी इज माई वर्कशॉप पार्टिसिपेंट. वी वर इन आई थिंक मेडिक्वे साउथ अफ्रीका वगैरह कहीं तो भी थे. एंड देन शी वॉज टेकिंग दिस सेल्फी. आई टुक आउट माई सेल फोन, took the picture. Those zebra, one of the zebra was looking towards me. But जैसे ही मैंने फोन उठाया वो zebra ने अपना बम दिखा दिया. So I lost that moment. I could tell this girl to pose for me, but I cannot tell the zebras. So you have to wait for that. तो मैं बोला अब इसको इतने दिन देर कब तक पकड़ के रखेगी. Okay, so you shoot that. This another picture shot in Kenya. That bird is looking. She is Dr. Nalin Chitradurga, a childhood friend of Nirmala Sitaraman. आप मिले हो मैडम. So she was looking, the bird was looking and I captured that. So this is a decisive moment. These decisive moments will not come कि भाई तुमने फोटो लिया और उठा दिया, ऐसा नहीं. You have to wait for it. You have to wait for it. Sometimes you wait for half an hour, 1 hour. After 1 hour, you don't get any picture. Nowadays, whenever I go to Africa, पंकज सर मुझे पूछते हैं कुछ काम हुआ क्या? काम हुआ क्या मतलब कोई फोटो मिला क्या? There are many weeks. I go for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and after 3 weeks, I come with no photograph. No photograph means not a photograph worth competing or worth displaying in international forum. Okay, so you get frustrated many times, and photography as such is frustrating. It has loss of it is costly affair. All those things are many disadvantages are there. But so this is a decisive moment. Wait for it. Wait for that storytelling moment and then take the video. Now, this image is not taken with cell phone. This is taken with a micro lens, proper camera micro lens. Okay. Now this type of image cannot be shot with this. You cannot go that much close to the subject because it has a minimum focusing distance. So you have to maintain that distance. You cannot go too close and shoot. Neither you can shoot a fast moving action like this. You cannot shoot with this. So you have to understand the limitation of your cell phone. Only once you understand the limitation of your cell phone, it will be possible for you to take a picture. I will end up this presentation and then I will shift with, give me only 3 minutes. I have one series of photograph. This particular picture I have taken. कुछ दम है? There is a seashore. Abruptly खड़ा है and I took the picture. I took another picture. It's also same location. Another picture. Then I took third picture. Then I took fourth picture. Then I took fifth picture. Then I turned myself. I saw a tractor going with its track. I took another picture, the sixth picture. Now tell me, photographer is same, camera is same, location is same, everything is same. Tell me which is better picture. Do you want to shoot series like this or you want to shoot series like this? All this shot with a cell phone. Did you understand what I mean to say? Okay. Now give me 2 minutes so that I can pair my cell phone with this and show you what are the things which you need to bring out your cell phone also. If you are bored and if you think नहीं बहुत हो गया अभी हम बाकी काम कर लेंगे तो आप बता दो. I can finish here also. Do you want me to continue?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Pankaj sir, I will need your help. इसको क्या करना है? We have to. केबल के थ्रू लगाना है? नहीं केबल है 5. Okay, so you can see my cell phone. Okay. Now before I do all these things, I would urge you to buy such type of gorilla pod. ये मिलता है किसी भी शॉप में या ऑनलाइन भी मिलता है. You can attach it anywhere. Okay, you can attach your cell phone here. Okay, you can make it vertical mode, horizontal mode. Okay, and बहुत अच्छे से snugly fit हो जाता है. Okay, even I use it in my Safari vehicle. Okay, so buy such things. And उसके साथ there is this remote which is available. Okay, so you can shoot with him. जरूरी नहीं है कि इधर ही रखना है कैमरा. This cell phone will operate with this remote. This is automatically paired. And it is not costly also. कुछ ज़्यादा महंगा नहीं है. Around 600, 700. But it is very useful item. Okay. Second thing, which is innovated by my friend, this Pankaj Gupta. Now see, this particular thing is a tripod camera holder which you can get anywhere, and that is the strap. Now I'll tell you one thing. I'm opening my camera. You can see there. Now when you have seen many people, they take a picture like this. अब ये ऐसा या ऐसा फोटो लेंगे. Don't do like that. Hold it with both the hands. You have two hands. आपके अच्छे नसीब, बहुत से लोगों के नसीब अच्छे नहीं है, उनके पास एक हाथ रहता है, किसी के पास हाथ नहीं रहता है. आपके नसीब अच्छे हैं, दो हाथ है, उपयोग कीजिए उसका. Okay. Now, when you are taking the picture like this, I would suggest, if you do not have anything else, take a picture like this, close to your body. तो क्या होगा कि आपकी हाथ की लंबाई कम हो जाएगी. ओके, आपके हाथ की लंबाई कम हो जाएगी. एंड देन होल्ड इट प्रॉपरली, hold your breath and take the photograph. This will make difference. It may not be visible to you on your screen, but it will make a difference. Okay. Otherwise, contact him. He's the best person. He has gifted me this. What I do when I take a picture or a video, I do like this. Hold it like this. So now it becomes a tripod. This is one and this is third leg. So it becomes steady. I can take a smooth picture like this. Okay. So if you can purchase this, this is a better item. You can do it with this also. The same strap can be attached here and you can do it. Okay. So this is very lightweight also, and you can take it in your flight also with you in your carry-on baggage. There is no need to check in. Okay. So now when it comes to the camera, you may be having different type of cameras. You may be having iPhone, you may be having Samsung, you may be having any other type of Android phone. The principle remains same. What are the things? It is written portrait, photo, single take, video and more. Now what is the single take? वो मैं बाद में आपको बताता हूँ. Okay, I'll tell you later. Or I will rather start with that single take because that is something different which you have not used. Have you ever used single take? You know what is single take? Samsung कैमरा किसके पास है? Samsung फोन सिंगल टेक है, उसमें कभी यूज किया है? नहीं किया है आपने. ओके. सो हु हैव आईफोन? लाइव व्यू फोटोग्राफ लिया है? What are the things in that live view? What can we do with that live view?
Movement capture हो जाता है, मतलब
हाँ हाँ, I'll tell you the exact meaning of it. Okay. Now see, भाई साहब, आप एक काम करो, आप वहां से चलते चलते यहां तक मेरे आओ, ठीक है. नाउ सी द पिक्चर, इट इज ऑन अ सिंगल टेक, इट इज ऑन अ सिंगल टेक एंड आई एम, नहीं कैमरा रखो यार, कैमरा नो, अच्छा दिख रहा है, स्मार्ट दिख रहा है बंदा. हाँ, आप थोड़ा हाथ पैर भी हिलाते रहो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. यू कैन स्टार्ट नाउ. सॉरी मैच गड़बड़ हो गया. हाँ, ओके, स्टार्ट. See what is happening you on your screen, okay? जाइए आप हिलते रहिए यार, नाचते रहिए, कूदते रहिए. हाँ, okay. Now see what it has done. It encircled for 10 seconds. It took a photograph or a video, whatever it took. मुझे भी नहीं पता क्या किया उसने, मैं बताता हूँ क्या किया. For 10 seconds it was active and he was doing some activity. Now let me open this. ठीक है. देर इज, ये क्यों नहीं दिख रहा है इधर, सिंगल टेक लिखा हुआ क्यों नहीं दिख रहा है. अच्छा ठीक है, आई टेकन दिस सिंगल टेक. ओके, दिस इज वन पिक्चर it has taken, then it has taken this fast forward video. I have not done anything, मैंने सिर्फ एक ही उंगली किया. Okay, then it took this photo, then it took these 4 photographs, then it took this, converted this picture into black and white, and then it created this normal video. See what is happening on your screen, okay? So this is normal video, so my voice and everything whatever is recorded is. So now what it did, this is very good if you have children in your home and they are doing some activity, नाच रहे हैं, कूद रहे हैं या कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, आप उनका एक सिंगल टेक ले लीजिए. You will have multiple type of things. This is done by the camera. The software inside, artificial intelligence, has done all these things. The same thing can be done with iPhone when you put it on a live mode, live shoot. आपके पास है मैडम? लाइव करके देखिए. Okay, do it. So, how many of you were aware of this? Yes, madam.
I have one question.
Yes.
When we take live photos, the clarity is not the same.
Natural.
What is the reason behind it?
See, the first moment I told you that these cell phone cameras are rubbish. Okay, so don't go for the quality. The reason behind that quality is not great is because see, when you are taking a photo, you are using all the parameters. Place it. But when the single photo or a live mode, whichever is taken, the software inside the camera is manipulating the things. And whenever you manipulate anything, the original quality will be deteriorated. The moment you manipulate or you enhance or you do any type of modification, the quality will be deteriorated. What happens? I tell you, in a simple language, these cell phone cameras or any camera, for digital camera for that matter, is basically it is made up of pixels. You know, they are light absorbing diodes. They are known as pixels. Now there are number of pixels. Say for example, for understanding purpose, there are 1000 pixels. And then this 1000 pixel are arranged when you take a picture. When you are manipulating it, either you are manipulating it or the software is manipulating it. It is rearranging all these pixels. in a process of rearranging, the quality is deteriorated. Okay, so this single take, live view, all these are good photo only to see on a cell phone, not for general purpose. For general purpose, what you have to do is you have to take a very good picture yourself. So let us finish this single take and go to the photo section. There is a photo section. Okay, now here there are some 4 dots here. So I click on these 4 dots. I go to the setting. If I want my watermark here, which I do not want, but if you want, you can. Here you enable the composition guide or the grid line. Always enable that grid line. Okay. सर ये चालू है पंकज, ये चालू है. Okay. So enable that grid line, that is number 1. Then you go back. This is flash on, flash off. Always use off, don't use flash if it is not required. Then there is a self timer, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So if you want to shoot yourself, you can put it on self timer mode. Then you have different aspect ratio. You have 3:4, 9:16, 1:1 and full. Full, that is, it will cover the complete screen of your cell phone. Okay. It is not mandatory for you to use only one aspect ratio. I would suggest, and which was taught to me by Mr. Pankaj Gupta, that use it in full mode. And then later on, depending on the requirement, you can crop it. We'll study how to edit it also. Okay. Then you have this. Can you see that it is 12M written on the top? 12M. ये दिख रहा है क्या इसमें? Okay. Here I can make it 50M. So it can shoot 2 quality images, one with 12 megapixel, one with 50 megapixel. Okay. So one with 50 megapixel and one with 12 megapixel. Which is a better quality? Which will be a better quality? 50. So use 50. Why you want to shoot in 12 megapixel? Use 50. You can eventually crop it and downsize it. Then this is not there. Then there is another thing which all cameras have. There is small dots here. Okay. Now see, if you can notice, I'm just taking one. See, this is one thing. I just press on that and see what is happening to the image. I think it is. Do you recognize any difference? The quality, actually here it is not recognized, but here I can see. If you have in your cell phone, you just press that detail enhancer on. Do you have that detail enhancer on? Samsung है, Android है आपके पास, उसमें होगा detail enhancer. See, ये देखिए आपका. See this button.
वो एडवांस है, ये बात का इसलिए प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है.
हाँ, शायद हो सकता है कि वैसे ही एनहांस कर रहा होगा. हाँ, इट मे बी. ओके. Then, so always try to shoot image with the maximum megapixel whatever is available in your camera. Always try to shoot in a full mode. Now see this. This is full. This is 1:1. This is 9 by 16 and this is 3:4. So always shoot in full, and later on you can always modify as per your requirement. Have you understood? Okay. Whenever it is possible for you, even when you are taking a selfie or whenever you are taking a picture, always use a self timer mode of 2-second delay. क्या हो जाता है कि when you are pressing your finger, you are exerting a jerk on your cell phone. That jerk will be absorbed in that 2 seconds and then the photo is taken. So कोशिश ये करो कि you use your 2-second timer whenever it is possible. If it is not possible, आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं करना है, then video. Now in video, okay, here it is. There are something known as FHD 60 and I have 30. There are 2 FPS frames per second which are there in my camera. Your camera may have more. क्या क्या है आपके पास? You have 30, you have 60.
30-60.
You have 120? नहीं है. Okay. Now see, generally a human eye can recognize 24 frames per second as a video. If you see 24 frames in a 1 second succession, you will notice it, you will realize it as a video. वो आपको वीडियो दिखेगा. Basically there are 24 photographs which looks like a video because they are so fast that your eyes, your brain cannot discern each and every frame. So 30 frame is a standard which company means universally it is accepted. That 24 frame है तो 30 frame कर दो. तो 30 frame, if you shoot 30 frames per second, you will see it as a normal video. Now, but if you shoot it as a 60 frame, then also you will see it as a normal video. क्योंकि anything more than 24 will be seen as a normal video only. You cannot, your eyes cannot, your brain cannot differentiate. Then why this 60 is given? Can anybody tell me why this 60 is given? जब कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है, so then why 60 is given? What could be the reason? किसी किसी में 120 दी. सर आपको तो आता ही है, ये सब हमारे गुरु लोग हैं, फोटोग्राफर्स हैं. बट ठीक है सर, जनता की
स्पेशली एक्शन वगैरह के लिए थोड़ा सा इजी हो जाता है. बाद में स्लो मोशन किया तो ज़्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं.
सी हाँ, क्या होता है? सी, when you are shooting in 30 frames, what it will do, the video will record 30 frames in a second. When you are doing it 60 frame, it will record 60 frames in 1 second. Now in post processing, अब आपके पास 60 frames है, वो 1 सेकंड का जो वीडियो है उसको आप स्ट्रेच करके 2 सेकंड का बना सकते हो. अब जब आप when you are making it 2 second video, it will have 30 frames per second because there are total 60 frames. In 1 second, you have made it 30 frames in 1 second. So the total video length is now 2 seconds. So whatever natural phenomenon or natural action was occurring in that 1 second, now you are stretching it to 2 seconds. So that means your video has become now slow motion video. So when you shoot slow motion, जिसमें यहाँ पर है जो facility, so what it does, it shoots a normal video only, 60 frames, and then it stretches out to double. So say for example, you shoot a 3-minute video, you can stretch it to 6 minutes or 6 seconds. If 3 seconds, so double the chance. Then there is a super slow motion video in your camera. Super slow motion क्या करता है? What camera will do? It will shoot 120 frames per second. Now that 120 frames per second, when it is shooting, you can then stretch that 1 second video to 4 second video, and it becomes super slow motion. You understood the theory behind it? Okay, so it is nothing कोई ऐसा super slow motion. And so suppose you are shooting a video in 60 seconds from 60 frames per second. I would advise that you always shoot in 60 frames per second so that you can have a normal video. But in case if there is a need or an urge to make it slow-mo, you can always stretch it in post-processing. Okay? Okay? You can always do it in post-processing. उसके लिए थोड़ा सा post-processing सीखना पड़ेगा. That is somewhere कुछ other program में, because I have only 10-15 seconds, 15 minutes remaining. Okay? So, but that is the thing which you can do. You understood the concept behind the super slow motion and normal video. Okay? एक concept समझ जाओ तो बाकी तो सब चीजें समझ में आ जाएगी आपको. Okay? And then you go to more. मोर में आपका प्रो मोड, फलाना मोड, ढिकाना मोड, ये नाइट विजन, अमका ढमका सब कुछ है. ओके, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर हैविंग सैमसंग? आप उसमें एक्सपर्ट रॉ लिखा हुआ है, रॉ कहीं पर एक्सपर्ट रॉ लिखा हुआ है. मोर में जाइए, मोर प्रो मोड, सिंगल टेक, नाइट फूड, सुपर स्लो मोशन. नो, इसमें नहीं दिया है इसने. हाँ, वो एक्टिवेट करना पड़ेगा. आप प्ले स्टोर में जाकर देर इज सैमसंग एक्सपर्ट रॉ, आप ये कर सकते हो. यू कैन इंस्टॉल इट. ओके, वो सैमसंग का इट इज अ see in expert raw. Now this is expert raw. In that I can take a multiple exposure image. अभी देखो हम एक multiple exposure image लेते हैं. There are two images in a add mode. So I'll take, please allow me to take a picture. एक पिक्चर लेता हूँ सर मैं आपका. हाँ, okay, I have taken one picture. Okay, now see, अब ये जो एक पिक्चर मैंने लिया है वो पीछे एम्बेड हो गया है. Okay, now I have to take another picture. Say for example, I take another picture. नो सी, अब ये उतना अच्छा नहीं आया है, बट जस्ट सी कि वो जो सेकंड पिक्चर है उसका थोड़ा ओवरलैप यहाँ कहीं ना कहीं हुआ है. ओके, आई जस्ट ट्राई एंड शूट सम बेटर इमेज. दिख रहा है वहां पर भी आपको, है ना? ठीक है. सो यू कैन एक्सपेरिमेंट. ये थोड़ा सा एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन करना पड़ेगा. सो दोज हु आर हैविंग सैमसंग और एनी एंड्रॉयड, देर इज अ स्पेसिफिक, आप प्ले स्टोर में जाइए एंड एक्सपर्ट रॉ, उसमें यू इंस्टॉल इट. iPhone also has the same thing. It has a iPhone, the name of that मंगेश, उसका नाम है कुछ तो भी.
How many layers we can take?
9.
Like this.
like this. See, I'll show you. See this, you can see that. Up to 9. Up to 9 layers you can take. Okay? So you can shoot 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 like this. Okay? But you have to just experiment with this. So up to 9 things can be taken. Then we come to a very simple and important thing before we finish, that is editing. You can edit, a simple edit can be done in your image. Let us take this photo. ये जो मैंने कल लिया था, ठीक है? अब इसको हमको एडिट करना है. ये क्यों नहीं दिख रहा है इधर? एडिटिंग नहीं दिख रहा है. Can you go to the why this screen is see this particular thing is not visible here. I don't know why. Huh? It is not coming as a screen. Okay, anyway. So what I am doing is, do you have?
You can keep another mobile behind this and you can operate it. Then it will show how it is.
No, that will be.
Any other camera?
Okay. No. आ गया boss. आ गया. Okay. So I am editing it. Now, what you can do is, in editing, you can straighten or make the image. Okay, that you can crop. Cropping आपको आता ही है सबको. You can crop at different ratios. That you can do. Then you have this center button which you press. The first thing is written light balance. So if you go negative, it will darken the image. If you go positive, it will brighten the image. So depending on the requirement, you play with it. Then there is a brightness. If you go negative, the brightness reduces. If you go positive, the brightness increases. Simple. This is all very simple. Just you have to. Then the exposure. Exposure means how much amount, what is the brightness level in that image. The same thing goes dark, goes bright. Then you have contrast. You can reduce the contrast. You can increase the contrast. बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ा दिया तो अच्छा नहीं दिखेगा, but just for understanding purpose I am showing you this. Then whatever the highlight portions are there, wherever there is highlight, if you want to reduce that highlight, you can reduce the highlights. कभी कभी shiny face रहता है ना, तो you can reduce the highlights, or you can increase the highlights. Then there are shadow areas which can be, the shadows can be improved or they can be made more dark. Then you have saturation. Saturation means the amount of color in the image. You can reduce the saturation and make it altogether -100 to create a black and white image. Or you can increase the saturation to whatever level you want. Okay. Now people, I'll tell you one very good thing here, that many people they shoot in black and white. Rather than shooting in black and white, shoot in color and then reduce the saturation to your liking. Now when you are reducing the saturation, see what is happening. it is giving you a different type of tone. -100 will give you black and white, but little bit increase can give up to 85, 88, it is giving you something like a sepia tone. You know what is sepia tone? So you can experiment with all these things. Then the tint can be, you can make it appear more greenish if you go negative, or it can become more reddish if you go positive. Then the color temperature. Temperature is the temperature of the color. If you go on a higher temperature, it will make it yellowish red. If you go on a negative side, it will make it bluish. I am going negative. If I go positive, it makes it more reddish. So there are sunset, sunrise, these pictures, they need more, they demand more reddish tone. So in that, increase the temperature. Night colors, they demand more bluish tinge. So reduce the temperature in that. Then sharpness, you can increase or decrease. If you increase the sharpness too much, it looks too bad. The details is also like sharpness only. So that can be done. So these are some things. Then you can write something on your picture. You can do other things also, spot color and all those things. Many things are there. But to wind up now, I have shown you some pictures in the beginning. पर अभी तक मैंने बताया नहीं कि उसको कैसे लिया मैंने. Nobody. अब मैं बताऊंगा नहीं तो आपको लगेगा कि ये ऐसे ही प्रचार करके चला गया. Okay. Number 1, whenever you are taking a picture, there are 13 points which I want to tell you, and I have written so that I do not forget. क्योंकि ये मेरी याददाश्त की एग्जाम नहीं है, तो मेरा I am just telling you. Okay. So the number 1 is take a proper lens cleansing cloth, clean your lens. क्योंकि जेब में कहीं पे भी पड़ा रहता है, ग्रीसिंग हो, and your final quality may not be visible to you, but it deteriorates. So just clean it. Second thing, increase the screen brightness to 100%, and then hold your camera with both your hands, or use this type of stabilization. If I want to take your picture, I can take a picture like this, but it will be better if I have a support like this and then take a picture. It is always better to support your camera. If you do not have a horizontal support, you can support it vertically also. Vertically support it and then take a picture. Okay? Then adjust your camera parameters. I told you, make it shoot at a highest resolution, whatever is there in your camera system. Pay attention to the light direction. Try to shoot side lit or front lit. If backlit has to be shot, then shoot a transparent object, not a face or human subjects. Then adjust exposure. This is very important. I forgot it. This is very important. Now, this is the camera which you can see. Whenever you are taking a picture, okay, say for example, I want to take your picture, I just or I want to take your picture, I just press it and hold it. What is happening? Something is written. आप देखिए आपके कैमरा में कर में AFAE lock ऐसा लिख के आता है. Just press it, hold it, press and hold it. AEAF lock. That means auto exposure, auto focus lock. तो मेरा कैमरा थोड़ा सा इधर उधर भी हुआ ना, the same person will be still in focus. Okay. Now when I press it, then I get this particular thing. I can overexpose it or I can underexpose it. Did you get it? ये समझ में आया? आई कैन आप करके देखिए आपके कैमरा में, सभी के कैमरा में है वो. एवरीवन हैज दैट फैसिलिटी. ओके, सो यू कैन इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज योर एक्सपोजर. So whenever you are taking a picture, whatever is your subject, just press and hold it, and then depending on the requirement, you can just move the cursor right or left or up and down. किसी किसी कैमरा में up and down है, किसी किसी में up and down है. Up will be white, down will be dark. Okay. Then shoot horizontal as well as vertical. सेम सब्जेक्ट को हॉरिजॉन्टल और वर्टिकल शूट करके देखिए. you may get some different result. Then use a portrait mode. अब यहाँ पे एक मोड है that is known as portrait mode. Now portrait mode, what it does is basically when I am taking a portrait mode, it will blur out the background. It will blur out the background. Now in that portrait mode, now I have different type of facilities. One is blur, one is studio light, one is high key monochrome. आपने वो पिक्चर देखा जिसमें वाइट दिख रही थी दोनों दो सब्जेक्ट. सो दिस इज हाई की monochrome. Then there is similarly low key monochrome. देखे, I am not taking the picture, I am just demonstrating you. Okay, so if I want to take this picture, हाँ बोलिए. हाँ, आप पोर्ट्रेट मोड में जाइए. पोर्ट्रेट दबाइए. ओके, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग बिहाइंड. पोर्ट्रेट दबाया, देन यू हैव दिस टाइप ऑफ डॉट हियर ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड. हाँ, फिर आपको अलग अलग ऑप्शंस दिखेंगे. हाँ, प्रेस ऑन ईच ऑप्शन एंड सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. सी, दिस इज लो की मोनो, दिस इज हाई की मोनो, एंड देन this is a backdrop. See, the backdrop is totally out. पीछे बहुत से बंदे हैं बट सारे आउट हो गए. See, if you want the picture of only that person and you do not want anyone behind, use this backdrop. ठीक है. Then you have this color point. अब color point में क्या है? Color point में, say for example, I want only you to be colored and everything else to be जो मैंने पहला पिक्चर बताया था, है ना. So just hold and press on this. Now see what is happening. I take a picture. It is processing. See what has happened. आप शर्मा रहे थे, आपको उड़ा ही दिया मैंने. ठीक है, अंडरस्टूड. कर सकते हो आप. तो ये सारी चीजें करो. यदि हमने ये फोटो लिया और एक नॉर्मल फोटो लिया जिसमें बहुत से सभी पूरी जनता दिख रही है, तो पता नहीं चलेगा ना प्रधानमंत्री कौन है. हाँ, क्योंकि उसकी भी दाढ़ी है, मेरी भी दाढ़ी है. उसकी सफ़ेद है, मेरी काली है, फर्क इतना ही है. हाँ, सी, हाँ, फोकस हो जाए. द पर्सन इज हाईलाइटेड. ओके, ही इज अंडरलाइंड, ही इज एम्फसाइज्ड. ओके, तो ये सब चीज़ें आप यूज़ कीजिए, कर सकते हो. सेकंड थिंग, एक मिनट. आसमान को रंगीन बनाने का तरीका तो मैंने बताया ही नहीं आपको, या आखिरी बता देता हूं, देन यू कैन गो. पोलराइजिंग ग्लासेस है आपके पास. आप आपके कार से आए होगे ना, तो अभी जाते वक्त ही फोटो लीजिएगा. अब क्या करना है आपको, बेसिकली यू हैव टू यूज योर ग्लासेस. अभी यहाँ दिखेगा नहीं क्योंकि ये लाइट नहीं है बराबर. यू पोलराइजर से क्या होता है, बेसिकली यू नलीफाई योर सनशाइन, शाइनिंग खत्म हो जाता है एंड इट बिकम्स अ सटल कलर. सो वाटरफॉल या वो जो मैंने बताया था ना आपको एयरप्लेन से जो फोटो लिए थे, यू जस्ट पुट योर पोलराइजिंग ग्लासेस ऑन देयर एंड एटमॉस्फेरिक कलर्स, मैं देखता हूँ क्या होता है क्या कहीं पर कुछ, देखते रहिए कहीं कुछ हो जाएगा। No, here it is not happening. It is not happening with this. No, it needs a atmospheric haze चाहिए उसको, वो atmospheric haze जहाँ मिलेगा वहीं पर वो काम करेगा। बट आप ये यूज कर, अरे वाह ज़्यादा रंगीन है, देखते हैं इससे कुछ होता है क्या। नहीं, ये इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, वो एटमॉस्फेरिक हेज चाहिए। ये यहाँ तो आपका टिंट कर देगा वो, बिकॉज दिस इज अ टिंटेड ग्लास, सो इट विल मेक इट दैट मच टिंटेड, बाकी कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है उससे। हाँ नहीं नहीं, आपको तो आसमान की तरफ कैसा करोगे आप, बेसिकली आपको इधर ही रखना है। देखिए यहाँ दूर रखोगे, सी इफ यू पुट योर दिस थिंग हियर, यहाँ कोई मतलब नहीं है ना, यहाँ कोई मतलब नहीं है, ये तो आपका चश्मा ही उसमें फ्रेम में आ जाए। इट शुड लुक एज इफ यू हैव कवर्ड एवरीथिंग, है ना, ठीक है। ये आप करो, कोशिश करो, होगा। मैंने भी वैसे ही किया है, कोई उसमें नया नहीं है। आप अभी आपके कार में जाइए, वहाँ ज़्यादा इफेक्ट आता है। यू क्लोज योर विंडोज so that window is also little tinted, और फिर आप ये यूज़ कीजिए, you will get that effect। कहीं ना कहीं आपको दिखेगा वो, and you will have that rainbow type of effect। okay? थोड़ा सा लाइट का डायरेक्शन एंड एटमॉस्फेरिक हेजी कंडीशन चाहिए। मॉर्निंग इवनिंग में जहाँ थोड़ा हेज है, अभी जैसे एटमॉस्फेयर में थोड़ा हेज है, वहाँ आप कीजिए, that time you will have a better result। So use it, आप करके देखिए, you will get a result। okay? So I think in 1.5 hour इतना बोर होना काफ़ी है ना, इससे ज़्यादा फिर हाँ मज़ा आया, चलो ठीक है, मेरा दिल रखने के लिए तो कम से कम आप बोल ही रहे हो। okay, चलो थैंक यू। सो कुछ तो नया सीखने मिला, एक पॉइंट भी यदि नया सीखने मिलता है ना तो हाँ।
A portion of the picture was colored and some was black and white. How did you get that?
अरे I'll again explain you. See, there is an
The first pictures you showed us in that.
there is a portrait mode. Can you see that portrait mode? You go to the left, this particular thing, something called as color point is written somewhere। आपका क्या आईफोन है? सैमसंग। तो पोर्ट्रेट मोड में जाइए मैडम, पोर्ट्रेट। हाँ, वहाँ पे एक लेफ्ट में, मंगेश थोड़ा हेल्प करो ना, लेफ्ट में देयर इज समथिंग नोन एज कलर पॉइंट। ओके, हाँ नहीं, कलर पॉइंट देखो, कलर पॉइंट होगा। हाँ, इफेक्ट्स में देखो ना कौन कौन से इफेक्ट्स हैं इनमें, कौन कलर पॉइंट है ना, मोनो सिलेक्टिव कलर ऐसा कुछ लिखा होगा। हाँ, लो की मोड, हाई की मोड, उसके बाद बैकड्रॉप, उसके बाद कलर पॉइंट। प्रेस ऑन दैट कलर पॉइंट, एक्टिवेट दैट। हाँ, अब आप कोई भी एक फोटो की तरफ, मैडम अब आप जहां पे आपको वो कलर चाहिए वहां आप प्रेस कीजिए, होल्ड कीजिए, ऑल अदर थिंग्स विल बिकम ग्रेजुअली। ओके, अंडरस्टूड। चलो, कुछ तो सीखने मिला, चलो काफी है। ओके, वन मोर क्वेश्चन। ओके, यस प्लीज।
आपने जो पहले
हाँ
बात की थी कि
हाँ
अपन को वेट भी करना है फोटोग्राफर, चाहे वो मूवमेंट के लिए।
हाँ हाँ, नेचुरली।
फॉर एग्जांपल जब सफारी कर रहे हो, लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन से वेट कर रहे हो, पर एज अ फोटोग्राफर आपको कोई बेस्ट, मतलब आपका जो बेस्ट शॉट है उससे तो सेटिस्फाइड नहीं हो, आप हमेशा थोड़ी देर के बाद एक बेस्ट शॉट देखोगे।
चल रहा है ना? हाँ,
हमेशा थोड़ी देर बाद बेस्ट शॉट देखोगे, तो आप कैसा सेटिस्फाई करते हैं ये मेरा बेस्ट शॉट है ऐसे मोमेंट? क्योंकि अभी तो
जिस दिन इंसान सेटिस्फाई हो गया उस दिन चला गया।
आप कैसे वेट करोगे? अब यार मुझे रुकना है।
नहीं नहीं, यू वेट। मैडम हम कैसा वेट करते हैं? मैडम आते हैं मेरे साथ, अफ्रीका आते हैं, वी वेट टिल समवन एल्स डजंट किक अस आउट, या फिर एनिमल्स चले जाते हैं, वी वेट फॉर द मोमेंट। यू नेवर नो, ये बहुत अच्छा फोटो मिल गया उसके बाद अच्छा फोटो नहीं मिलेगा। यू कैन नॉट बी कॉम्प्लेसेंट। आप कभी भी ये नहीं सोच सके कि नहीं ये अब हो गया, ऐसा होता ही नहीं। ऐसा यदि हो गया तो हो गया, फिर खत्म ही हो गया, संसार ही खत्म हो जाता है। फिर उसके बाद ऊपर वाला भी बोलता है कि भाई ठीक है हो गया ना तेरा, चल निकल। ओके, सो इट इज लाइक दैट। ओके, सो आई होप एवरीवन गॉट at least something to learn from this, and I tried to make it as practical as possible. Sometime if your inclination, time, money and mentality permits, join me for African safari. I will teach you the world of wildlife photography that time. Okay, thank you. Yes, please.
मोबाइल में मास्टरी है या फिर गैजेट का चला के आपको?
See, I have, that is my camera, Z9. It is costing 3,50,000. ये सेल फोन मेरे पास बहुत पुराना है, मैं नया नहीं लेने वाला हूँ। मैं नया यदि कुछ लेना ही है तो मैं GoPro लूँगा नया, because my GoPro quality is always better than my cell phone, and I can use that GoPro without becoming conspicuous. This is one more thing, ये भी आप खरीद सकते हो। हाँ, this is one stand, ये भी आप खरीद सकते हो। दिस इज ऑल्सो वन वेरी गुड आइटम। इसके ऊपर भी आपका मोबाइल कैमरा का होल्डर लगा सकते हैं, एंड यू कैन अटैच इट एनीवेयर, एनी समय यू कैन क्लैम्प इट। ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द, सो ये सब छोटी छोटी चीज़ें यदि आप लेते हो तो कहीं पर भी आप करके आप खुद को रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हो, खुद का फोटो ले सकते हो, या आप ऐसा भी कर सकते हो। सो दीज आर डिफरेंट थिंग्स विच यू कैन जस्ट हैव इट विथ यू, दैट इज बेटर। मास्टरी मेरी किसी चीज़ में नहीं है, न मोबाइल में है ना गैजेट में है, बस चल रहा है। और यदि कोई कहता है ना इस संसार में कि हम मास्टर हैं, तो वो झूठ बोल रहा है, वो झूठ बोल रहा है, क्योंकि कोई भी मास्टर नहीं हो सकता। ओके, anyway, thank you very much. All the best. Yes, ma'am. You can.
As we come to the close of this creative journey, I extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Matrishva Vyas for sharing his expertise, his passion, and his unique perspective on finding beauty in the ordinary life. A warm thank you to our organizers, participants, and everyone who made this